Hello fellow fans, YouTubers, and friends. This is Luke Mick here, bringing you a review for One Direction, This Is Us. So One Direction, This Is Us is the new kind of documentary about this big boy band from England who have been sweeping over the nation. If you haven't heard of One Direction, then I don't know how you avoided that. I don't know how you don't know what they are, but essentially they're just this group of 5 guys from England who came from the X Factor, made a band that they called One Direction, and they just make a lot of really kind of shitty pop music for girls from the age of, I'd say, 9 to maybe 18. I hope fans, by the time they hit the age of 18, they soon start to realize that this music's really bad. I hope they can, see that it's not good music at that age. But anyways, so I'm not the target audience for this movie. This movie is essentially for the fans of One Direction. But I went into this movie optimistic. I went into it thinking, maybe these guys are actually pretty cool guys once you get to know them, and maybe the movie will show me that they really aren't that bad. Because, I think about that a lot. Like Justin Bieber, for example. I haven't seen his movie, but, I'm like, everyone thinks he's such a douche, and that's just what everybody thinks, so I think a lot of people just go along with it. Because, he gets all the chicks, and he's rich, he has Selena Gomez for part of the time. I think a lot of guys are just jealous, and I think of it like, maybe he's not that bad. Like, his image isn't great. A lot of people don't like him, but maybe he's actually a cool guy if you really got to know him. So going into the One Direction movie, I kind of had the same mindset, and I thought, maybe I can leave this movie maybe kind of respecting them in a way. Even though their music is really bad in my opinion, and it just isn't good, I thought that maybe, I could grow a kind of liking for One Direction in a way. So, anyways, here's my review. It's going to be kind of, I think, a little iffy. I don't think I've ever reviewed a documentary before, and I'll just try to go as well as I can. So the movie is essentially, basically a documentary on one of their big concerts, one of their biggest concerts, I believe. And the movie just kind of follows them around a lot, on their tour, stuff they do backstage, a little bit about their lives, and they're, I don't really know how to structure this review, but I'll just tell you what I liked about it and what I did not like about it. I'll start with what I didn't like. About half of the movie, a good half of it, is just concert footage of them doing, the choreographed dance routines and the music, and that's the stuff I really don't like. I don't think they make good music at all. I think it's just awful, and those parts really weren't fun for me, and that was about half the movie. Another thing I really didn't like is I went into it hoping that I could, learn a lot about these guys, and you do learn some stuff, which I liked, but, I don't feel like it went in-depth with each of them enough. The movie was more about how they became to be One Direction, and it was more just about the band as a collective, One Direction. It wasn't really about each of them individually. You got a little bit of insight on what they used to do, but really not a lot. I didn't get to learn a ton about all of them. I know that some of them, the role they play in the band from watching the movie, and I like that I could take that out of it, and they don't seem like bad guys. Maybe I'd hang out with them if they wanted to hang out with me, but, yeah, that's something that I think they would have focused on more, was just them as people. And they do, but I just don't think they did it enough. A lot of it was just the concert, and the movie really is made for the fans, and I actually happened to see the extended fan cut, so the movie did start to feel very long, too, at parts, and I was just like, I'm not a fan, why am I watching this extended cut for the fans, But, yeah, those are some things I really didn't like about the movie. What I did like, well, I do like learning more about them. Like I said, they really don't seem like that bad of guys. They seem like a pretty talented group of people, and I kind of wish that they would sort of get out of the boy band pop atmosphere and try to maybe make something different. Because I feel like they have enough talent to the point where they could maybe make some good music that I would find good, at least. I don't really know. That you don't really get a ton from the movie. It's just really paper thin, and like I said, it's meant for just a bunch of little girls. So I guess I don't really know what to say about the movie. I don't know what to say. It's a pretty decently done documentary. It's not great, it's just a right in the middle kind of thing. Oh, this is kind of hard. Well, Anyways, this is just for you parents out there. Moms, you'll be able to go to the movie with your daughters, and I think you'll be able to sit through it and see that these guys really aren't that bad like me. Dads, I think you'll be able to, bring your 12-year-old, 10-year-old daughter to the movie without wanting to chop your dick off and throwing it out the moving car on the way home. So, overall, I think I'd give the movie 2.5 out of 5 stars. I really wish they would have focused more on who they are as people and not as much of just stuff they do behind the scenes. It definitely is a movie that's meant more for the fans, so if you're just a casual viewer like me, don't check it out, but if you like One Direction, then obviously go see the movie. So this is Luke Mick signing off. I'm sorry if this review got a little dragged in the middle, a little way down. I just didn't really know where to go with it. Reviewing a documentary, it's kind of an art form right now for me. Never done it before, but I hope to be better in the future. This review really isn't going down the way I had hoped it would, but what am I going to do? This is Luke Mick signing off. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.